Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a game-changing piece of technology that's reshaping the battlefield in Ukraine, the Unjammable fiber-optic drone. These aren't your average drones buzzing around with radio signals. These are first-person view or FPV drones wired with hair-thin fiber-optic cables, making them immune to electronic warfare and a serious headache for enemy forces. Ukraine's been pouring resources into these bad boys to counter Russia's edge in drone warfare. And let me tell you, the stakes couldn't be higher. Picture a quadcopter maybe 7 to 13 inches wide, with a carbon fiber or polymer frame, a battery strapped on top, and a spool of fiber-optic cable, sometimes stretching up to 41 kilometers, tucked underneath. This cable unwinds as the drone flies, keeping a crystal-clear video feed and control link between the pilot and the drone, no matter how much jamming tech the enemy throws at it. Unlike radio-controlled drones, which can get scrambled by electronic warfare systems, these fiber-optic drones laugh in the face of jammers, flying low through forests, alleys, or even inside buildings to strike targets with precision. Ukraine's been playing catch-up since Russia rolled out their own fiber-optic drones in the spring of 2024. But the Ukrainians are closing the gap fast. Companies like 3D Tech and Battleborn are cranking out hundreds of these drones, with some models carrying 3 to 17.6 pounds of explosives and reaching ranges of 6.2 to 9.3 miles. President Volodymyr Zelensky himself said in 2025 that over 20 new certified fiber-optic drone models have hit the scene, with 11 Ukrainian companies mastering production. That's a big deal when you consider Ukraine's pumping out 4 million drones a year, and about 10% of some workshops' output is now fiber optic. These drones are a lifeline for Ukrainian troops, especially in hot zones like Pokrovsk and Kursk, where Russia's been using similar tech to wreak havoc. A soldier named Venya from the 68th Jaeger Brigade told the BBC that these drones can slip into places regular drones can't, like houses or bunkers, to hunt targets. But it's not all smooth sailing. There are trade-offs. The spool adds weight, sometimes up to 2 kilograms for longer cables, which cuts into the explosive payload. The cables can snag on trees or debris, and they're slower than untethered drones, topping out at around 60 kilometers per hour. Plus, the coils are fragile. A speck of dirt or a bad spool can spell disaster mid-mission. Ukrainian manufacturers are tackling these issues, with companies like 3D Tech moving away from Chinese-made spools to custom ones for better speed and maneuverability. They're even eyeing upgrades like AI terminal guidance to boost accuracy without needing a skilled pilot, or combining radio and fiber optic systems for flexibility. The battlefield's turning into a spider web of cables. Videos from Ukraine's 63rd Mechanized Brigade show Serebryansky Forest draped in reflective fibers, a testament to how common these drones are becoming. This has upsides, like delivering precise strikes on Russian tanks or supply lines, but it's also causing chaos. Ukrainian soldiers used to track enemy operators by following these cables back to their base, but now there are so many littered around places like Donetsk that it's nearly impossible to tell which ones are active. And it's not just a military problem. Researchers like Charlie Russell from the University of East Anglia are warning about environmental impacts. These polymer-based cables, often made with fluoropolymers and polymethyl methacrylate, don't degrade easily and pose a risk to wildlife, tangling birds and bats in Ukraine's forests for years to come. On the flip side, Ukraine's not sitting still. They're hitting back with long-range drone strikes on Russian fiber-optic factories, like the one in Saransk hit in 2025, and developing countermeasures. A company called Kara Dag is working on a low-cost detection system using microphone arrays and infrared lasers to spot these drones by their sound and visual signatures, though it's still in testing. For now, soldiers are resorting to old-school tactics: shotguns. Dmytro Zhluktenko, a drone operator with Ukraine's Unmanned Systems Forces, says a 12-gauge is the most reliable way to take down a fiber-optic drone if you spot it. It's wild to think that in this high-tech war, a shotgun's often the best defense. Ukraine's also getting creative, using these drones for resupply missions in jammed zones, as one post on X mentioned a DTU fiber drone delivering supplies under fire. The race is on to out-innovate Russia, who's leaning on China's cheap cable supply to churn out drones in massive numbers. Ukraine's fighting back with a scrappy, startup-driven defense industry, but they're still reliant on Chinese parts for frames and motors, which is a sore point given China's cozy ties with Moscow. Mikhailo Fedorov, Ukraine's digital transformation minister, says demand for these drones is skyrocketing, with troops buying them through a marketplace system using points earned from destroying Russian gear. It's a brutal, fast-evolving war where every edge counts, and these unjammable drones are rewriting the rules. So, what do you think? Are these fiber-optic drones the future of warfare, or just a stopgap until the next big thing? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more deep dives into the tech changing our world. Catch you in the next one.